Um, all right, Dirk, you passed in your performance. Now they need you to do pretty much the same thing Carisho did. So I'm gonna need
Okay.
some dexterity attack rolls, basically, based off
I would
dexterity.
like to point out that my perform swordplay ranks actually give me a better bonus than
Oh, okay.
my base attack. So
I'm sorry, I didn't know you had swordplay.
I'm actually better at faking combat than I am in actual combat.
Great. Okay. Then give me uh 3 rolls of it, and we'll have 3 opposing with the sparring partner. Okay, you definitely
Nice.
win the first one. Second one. Yeah, you beat him barely though. Last one. Oh, well, he rolled a 1 on that, so you turn your head towards Carisho and yawn as you're just like easily parrying this guy's weapon, and then finally, when you get bored, you knock it out of his hand. And the director's like, I don't think we even need to practice with this one. And then one of his advisors just kind of nods. Congratulations, Dirk, you're the only one who successfully did this whole thing. The non-actor.
Now, to
Okay.
be fair, I nailed my soliloquy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
In fact,
did.
he
They-
didn't
they
have
both
to do
did-
any actual acting there.
They both did their individual bits better than I did. I just did the whole thing consistently well.
Okay,
So yeah, you 3 definitely have the part. He says, we're gonna need to over the next couple of days, kind of rehearse the script, go over some choreography,
and discuss payment.
yes, of course. That will be worked out by tomorrow. I need you here in the morning. And there is one more thing.
Yes.
That's never good.
Uh-oh.
Yes. One more thing which you failed to put in the guild casting call.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's kind of 2 reasons I needed people who could, who are familiar with combat.
Let me guess. It's the same reason we're actually using live steel on the stage.
Correct.
Yes.
Word has gotten to me that there is going to be an attempt at a noble's life during the play.
Well, it's a really good thing that my character carries a bow as well, then.
Let me get this straight. You're hiding your defense in your actors.
Not just the actors. We're going to also be having people in the audience.
Let me guess. I'm hoping that you've hired some ushers that are a guild membership as well.
Correct. The thing is, I didn't want to do the play at all, but
Well,
the nobles who were threatened are looking to apprehend the individual. They believe that if we just cancel the attempt will happen in a different scenario that we have not been informed of.
You mean somebody would actually try to kill a noble in the middle of a 3-hour performance?
Why not? You know exactly where he's going to be for 3 hours.
Well, true. But he's also going to be in the middle of a massive crowd of people.
That are bored to tears.
Massive crowd of people that are bored to tears and probably not going to be paying attention to. They might be paying attention to what's going on around them because they'd rather be watching that than the stage.
The truth is, we don't know who it is. For all we know, it could be a hoax. But we're not taking any chances. And we're not sure how they would go about approaching this, but we want to cover all of our bases. So if it turns out that someone in my crew is plotting some horrible thing, I'll have people on stage who can handle them.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah,
Well,
If
that's
that's
the case.
okay, then we have a deal. Otherwise,
Yeah, definitely, you're definitely going to be. I'm definitely going to ask you much more than my usual acting. I'll tell you that.
that is acceptable if it means the safety of our noble houses. I'm sure they would gladly reward you if you caught this individual.
Aha.
now they don't use that language.
In the
Well, look at it
meantime,
this
though,
way. Sorry.
in the meantime, though, we need to not make it obvious. I don't want people to be informed. Like, if people outside know that we're aware that an attempt is going to happen, that it might not happen. Like, the idea is we want to catch this guy off guard.
Mm-hmm.
I
I do see the logic of it. Yes.
So, guard the audience.
We're going to need to. So basically, continue practicing with the play, and we'll, just keep an eye out, basically. Investigate if you must, but
Keep it on the down low.
Keep a low profile.
Assuming Dirk would say something like, keep it on the down low.
Think of a culturally appropriate equivalent.
I didn't know Dirk was into that.
Whoa.
Someone else knows what the down low is.
That's definitely not
Turkle Shire. Anyway, we'll discuss payment tomorrow. For now, you're free to go as you wish.
Okay.
Well, look at it this way, Carisho. At least the play might actually be interesting for once.
Well, that's for sure. I'm looking. Trust me. Admittedly, part of me's always dreamt of what I could do with improv in this play. Now, I'll grant you, I could just feel the heart attack that the various elders of my clan would have across.
Which is one of the reasons why you're doing it, of course.
I wouldn't say that it's exactly escaped my mind.
If anybody can do it, then it's you. That was really impressive.
It was. I don't usually like theater, but I actually would pay to see you do this.
Oh, look, we don't have to pay. We'll be on the
I know,
stage.
it's great!
Well, again, it helps being familiar with the source material and always wishing that it had been done well. Look, you actually got to see the script I was working with, right? That was the improvement.
I said, our character, as said, the Patrick Stewart of this particular universe, makes terrible things sound really, really good.
I'm gonna start doing rolls for Rich Kaddish to see how she's doing bouncing.
Yes. That was
Let's see
really doing.
And if she's not bouncing skulls or not.
I'm a bouncer.
she's
I
enjoying
put my life on the line.
She's
anyone
bouncing
else-
skulls off of other skulls.
Am I the only person who played the bouncer on the PlayStation 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
Oh God, that game was that was the most cheese-tastic game Square has ever made.
Okay, I'm gonna do intimidates for her basically whenever someone's trying to, get their way in or say something offensive or whatever. Her first roll was a 21.
Oh, God.
You're not on the list, stupid human.
19 for the second. Oh shit.
He's having a good time.
Uh-oh. Only a 12.
You might actually have to roll the opposed check on that one.
Yep. Let's see if this is gonna break out into a fight. Oh boy.
I was about to say, because I mean, like the 1921, more likely than not, they're not going to make their opposed check.
Yeah. Thankfully, the guy gets talked down before a fight actually happens. Although Rishkadis was ready to break this guy's nose.
Nose? Nose? That's what you're worried about? The nose?
What was I? I'm trying to. Oh yeah. Would Rishkadis be able to read the list that she's telling
Yes.
people that they're not?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yes, because
She's a
the
fighter.
can all read.
Yeah, the only class that's not able to read as a default, and actually I'm not sure if that's true anymore in Pathfinder, is barbarian. All other classes are considered literate.
Right. And she has an intelligence of 12, so she's actually smart.
Pretty
Oh,
smart.
Yeah, she's
above average.
quite a bit smarter than pretty much everyone around her gives her credit for, including Dirk.
She's actually smarter than Ursa. Yeah.
One last roll. Oh my god. That last guy craps himself.
She just looks at him, and he's like, "Oh, I have the thing to do at the place."
At the not pub that I wasn't going to. I have to go.
Does he even say anything, or does she even say anything?
She's like not even glaring directly at him. Just like the aura of glare hits his peripheral vision, and he runs away. So Rishkadish comes back from a very successful day of bouncing. They invite her back again, so she can keep doing this while you guys are play acting.
We'll tell her that she's missing out on potentially stopping an assassination attempt.
Sounds like superhuman crap.
Why would I care if the noble dies or not?
What?
Why would I care if the noble dies or not? He's a human noble, right?
Yep.
Well, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to stab someone with no repercussions, but that's...
She also made 50 gold off the night, so she'll probably make another 50 tomorrow. Steady
Oh,
stream
wow.
of gold.
She's
Well
like
done,
the only one out of all of us who has a steady job.
You suspect some of that gold was not payment. Some of it might be like drop change from scaredy cats. Or people who tried to bribe her and then she took the money and just told them to leave.
Okay, guys, just to let you know, we are going to be, now that you guys are actors, here's what you're about to be in for. You're about to be belittled constantly by a director who probably couldn't find his ass with if you gave him a map and detailed directions. You're going to be constantly demeaned until you question your own worth as a sapient being.
Millhouse chimes in and says, "That sounds like me every day." And then he looks down at the ground, sad.
Ursa pats his shoulder and quietly empathizes. She's not a teammate with somebody who does that to her on a daily basis.
What else to warn you? Standard trying to bring a brief moment of culture and understanding into a grim, uncaring world. And I'd give a 50-50 chance the costuming department thinks that you should be 50 pounds thinner.
Millhouse is saying,
Sure, I want to be an actor.
Millhouse is like, "Why are you guys doing this? This seems a little unlike you."
Well,
They're paying me.
okay, I'm used to dealing with it, to be honest. They're new to it.
Look, I'm used to performing, but it's usually in front of a bunch of people who didn't expect you to be here there and are just sort of pleasantly surprised by the interruption to their day. Not in a stage where several thousand people are looking at you all at once and you're not really
And
improvising.
this is admittedly a much, much larger. I'm known to pull out a soliloquy or two from a few plays that, as for entertainment value, but this is admittedly the largest audience I've ever played in front of.
I'd certainly be scared. I mean, that noble families are going to be there. If you mess up in front of them, oh god.
Dirk has a certain amount.
House, you're really helping us, eh?
Dirk has a
You're
certain.
welcome.
Dirk has a certain amount of experience pretending to be someone who's not in front of a crowd of judgmental assholes. I think he'll fit right in.
you know, there's a little bit of to improv. Admittedly, it's going to help me that I'm a bit familiar with the source material.
Good, because improv's all I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Does this mean I get to sword fight Carisho?
It certainly looks like that's in the script.
You know, you're actually supposed to take a dive at Act. Well, originally it was Act 14, but I'm hoping it's going to be it's going to be no further than Act 5.
Oh, taking a dive is half the fun.
Admittedly, though, you will get to kick. You will actually get to kick my ass, and at least, depending on how much he punches it up. Originally, I was supposed to just get away in this act, but if I was directing this and actually wanting to make it entertaining, it would probably be you just barely avoid killing me in this act. It makes for more drama.
What do I actually have to do in this play?
You are considered support, questionably lover. Don't feel pressured.
Roll
Dirk-
sense
I never
motive
feel
check,
pressured.
Ursa.
Dirk rolls his eyes.
Okay. What's that again?
It's going to be 20 plus d20 in your wisdom if you don't have any ranks.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Okay.
For the sake of the stream, she just got a natural 20.
Okay. First of all, Ursa, you easily remember that the guy said the character was a dude, which that doesn't necessarily change. That maybe it wasn't.
They're elves.
Yeah, maybe it was that kind of relationship. But you definitely recall that the character also had a wife, and you also recall that and he was not a lover in the script you had been handed.
Ursa thinks this is adorable.
In fact, you're about 100% sure Carisha just completely pulled that out of his ass.
She still thinks it's adorable. Also, you're saying that like having a wife stops him. I mean,
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just piling the evidence on to dissuade you, basically.
don't panic.
He doesn't know that she caught on.
He might know when he sees her recklessly giggling.
But certainly beyond that, loyal. It's the standard loyal retainer. Would be willing to lay down their lives for their master, sort of deal. Hopefully, they added a good subplot to it, as opposed to like this long recitation of how the houses have long helped each other ever since they first started growing the saplings that would become the woods that build their great houses. Oh my God, I can't believe I even remember this much of it. That's stupid!
Don't complain.
We're
this
sorry.
Is good. This means it'll work better later on. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Milhouse, it just kind of is like, this place sounds, I'm gonna go back to cooking. He just
Give
walks away.
some
Smart
drinks as
man.
well. You're up way ready. Would you please, Milhouse?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Some nice mulled wine might help this play go down better.
Sure, I can get you guys some drinks. I'm sure Javik wouldn't care.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure Javik wouldn't care.
Just don't tell him. What Javik doesn't know can't hurt him. Or Milhouse.
Oh, I'm not planning on telling him. I'm just not. I'm just also planning on him finding out.
Don't be mean.
Milhouse comes back with some drinks for you guys.
Thanks.
Now remember, these are alcoholics, so you might want to go easy on them.
Sorry,
Dirk
Ursa's
downs his in
downing
one
it
shot.
go.
Alright, Ursa, roll a fortitude save.
Carisho
What's
nurses
that again?
his.
D20.
D20 plus your fortitude save. Your fort.
So, you guys not really know what we were saying earlier about, saving your 20s?
Infinite 20s, finite ones. No, infinite ones, finite 20s. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow, that hit you hard.
Carisho is nursing his.
Ursa is trying to catch the pretty colors.
It wasn't even like that hard of a drink, but Ursa, you're clearly a lightweight, and it pretty much inebriates you almost immediately. Do one more roll, because you're gagging.
Oh, I dropped my dice as well. Hang on, let me see what it says.
That burned the throat on the way down. Oh boy.
You know, I almost want to look up a good Patrick Stewart quote from a Star Trek and see if I can deliver it now.
Oh, come on. Who's next to you?
Something from the drumhead, Rick.
Something from what?
The drumhead.
The Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
I like the episode where he's defending Data.
That is it all.
Measure of a man.
Okay, Carisha, were you next to Ursa?
Yes.
Okay, she's I need you to do a reflex save. You see her gagging from the drink.
Good thing I actually do have a good reflex save.
I apologize,
pretty
Rick.
hard for that.
Hell. Apparently my dice are hot tonight. Although I don't know if I really want to blow a natural 20 on dodging chunk.
Okay, you
Trust me, you do.
You literally backflip off the stool you're sitting on and just narrowly avoid Ursa heaving upon it.
Good thing I have 3 ranks in acrobatics.
I'm going to be acting with a hangover tomorrow.
Dirk, it smells really bad.
Oh, awesome.
And I think I'm a bit drunk to be casting.
Dirk, I need you to do a fortitude save, because this might chain.
Oh, come on.
I'm really glad I nursed mine, aren't I?
Okay, Dirk, you get a whiff of this, and it's like when grade school kids see someone throw up. You just like immediately, you're just like, oh god, that's terrible. And yeah, you throw up. I need another reflex save, Carisho.
Not to be rude, but do you guys really just have weak stomachs? Because I've never heard of an entire class from throwing up just because one person did.
There was a class trip I was on. We were all on a bus to Boston.
It's probably the bus rather than one person throwing up.
But no, here's the thing. There were 3 buses. A kid threw up in a bus to the left of us. A kid in our bus saw this kid throw up, like, through the window. Then he threw up, and it chained throughout our whole friggin' bus.
Oh my god. I okay, never quite that bad, but I have seen the chain reaction vomit myself, so...
Okay. Carisha, you once again, Carisha, you land next to Dirk, and you see him start gagging, and you're like, oh shit, and then you dive under the bed, and you hear it kind of like splatter above you.
Well, considering Rishkadish is back, I'm gonna go Rish. Do you want to help me with these 2 lightweights?
What are you asking her to do?
I didn't even get to fucking drink.
I'm asking her to pick them up so that I can start clean up.
Oh, I mean, Dirk's not drunk. He threw up because like it was really gross.
Ursa, so help me.
Oh, shut up.
You know, Ursa's really glad that Carisha landed the lead role, isn't she?
Very.
Carisha, you just narrowly avoided 2 blasts of vomit. That's impressive. That's the most acrobatic you've been all game.
That's not totally true. I've used my acrobatics well before.
When?
Crap, actually. You might be right.
There was that time you needed to wade through water, I guess.
Oh, and the slippery stairs.
That wasn't really a very high DC. No, he didn't go up the stairs. Only you did.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of overshadowed him then by like
to not even try.
Yeah, Carisho hid in the cloud the whole battle. Okay, so that was fun. You guys clean up. Lots of prestidigitation spells going off to try and get rid of the smell.
Prestidigitation! Friggin'tation!
You're like Febrezing the whole room at this point, basically.
Why did I think that was a good idea?
What, prestidigitation?
I was just trying to get rid of Millhouse. I was just trying to get rid of Millhouse.
Millhouse watched
wow.
you and then tried to help you guys clean up.
You might want to give him prestidigitation.
He does not even get what you mean when you say that.
Figure out a way.
I was about to say, is Ursa even sober enough to cast a spell?
Ursa was currently wondering whether the walls were always moving.
She casts it, and it creates the spectral image of a puppy, and it starts licking the vomit.
Yeah,
Because-
That's her idea of cleaning at this
Because
point.
Ursa is incapable of doing something that isn't adorable.
Okay. It's a really good thing Carisha also has prestidigitation.
So Carisha's just like finger gunning the whole room. And just like, prestidigitation. You get it, Febreze. Everyone gets Febreze. And then that'll pretty much end the night there.
Sorry.
So you're gonna need a change of clothes. Derek, you're probably gonna actually need to wash your clothes too.
So, yeah, fair enough.
Are you okay?
I'm good, my chest hurts.
Dirk, once again, as you're sleeping, you kind of have a bad dream.
This is happening a
fun.
lot.
You're laying on a grass field, and roots from a tree breach the ground around you and kind of like pull you into the dirt and strangle you, and then you wake up. I'm gonna need you to do another will save for me. No. Oh, good.
I'm still here.
When you open your eyes, for a brief moment, it almost looks like the saturation, like the color saturation for your eyes has increased, but it settles back to like a normal level. Like everything was just brighter, like all the colors were more vibrant for a moment.
Okay, somebody remind me how many times this has happened to so far?
This is the
how many
second.
people? It was both to Dirk, right?
Yep.
No.
This
I
is
know why
my-
this is happening. I'm not sure Dirk does, but I do.
Ursa, do a fortitude save as you're waking up to see if you're hungover.
Are you quite certain I'm going waking up when everybody else does?
This might affect your acting abilities.
Oh, thank God. Plus fortitude, right?
Yes. Yeah. Great. Okay, you're actually not hungover.
Thank God.
Fortunately, she got it all out the night before.
It didn't stay in her long enough to give her a hangover.
The smell
she's
of
quite a
breakfast fills your noses. Millhouse has once again cooked you guys a meal.
I love Millhouse.
Rich Kiddish is already downstairs eating, and she, like before, has gotten a much bigger portion than you guys.
Hurry up, or she'll eat everybody else's anyway.
I was about to say, if we could get even the greasiest of bacon would help right now.
Oh, the greasiest of bacon is down there.
Hell yeah.
It's so good. It's so bad, but it's so good.
Yay, bacon.
Millhouse offers to like clean your vomit-filled clothing if you need to.
No, that's been taken care of.
Thank the gods again for prestidigitation. Best spell
He's like, the good news is we didn't really get to take all of Javik's alcohol, so we only got one drink deep.
And the best part is Eddie does that, and also any tears that might have happened during the vomiting phase, I was able to fix with mending.
You actually hear Javik saying, "This place has never smelled better," and he just like walks by, none the wiser.
Yep. I'm good.
Rishkadish says she's just gonna, train by the docks maybe until her shift as a bouncer starts again.
We've got to head over pretty early and get started on our training and learning the script.
Sounds good.
How big is this script again?
Well, I don't know exactly. Okay, here's the thing. The abridged version that I got to see was 3 hours. Any luck, he's abridged it further.
It's a 3-act play. Originally from like 15 acts.
Yeah.
It was 3 acts separated into 5 sub-acts each. But now it's just been condensed into 3. And you obviously can't exactly tell how long it'll be from reading it. But
I might, actually.
Well, Carisha, you definitely get the idea that it'll at least be a little bit shorter than the version you saw.
Oh, good.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do, each of you are gonna do 3 performance checks, and that's gonna involve your practice with the script, and then give me 1 combat roll.
Okay.
And that'll be like your combat practice.
Okay, so I will
perform on combat.
Okay, so I will do 3. I will put up 3 performs, and then I'll do the combat. So
Yeah.
One.
Do the performs first. We'll keep the combat one separate.
Yeah. Okay. The first one was terrible. That's what I get for doing an early morning perform.
Just give me all 3 at once, please.
Yeah, will do.
God damn.
Apparently, the soliloquy I nailed yesterday was Act 2.
You of the checks, you technically failed the first one, but as long as you pass 2 out of 3 of them, you're okay. And you passed 2 of them really well, so.
Okay, Dirk.
Hang on.
Rick, if you want, you can aid the other 2 since they're not as familiar.
Yeah, I'm going. Okay. Oh, I have to do 6 aid and other checks, don't I?
You can just.
Actually, wait, hold on. Since we're not in any threat, I'll just take 10 on all of them, and I'll be able to aid another.
Okay, great.
Wait, I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Okay, you guys get +2 to your acting checks, all of them.
Okay.
Basically, he's giving you pointers between scenes.
And sometimes he's giving you pointers as you're doing scenes with him.
Okay, should I roll?
Sorry?
Should I roll, or is it Dirk's turn?
You can roll now.
Okay.
Fine.
Do I add any of my forms? Do I or not? Oh, Jack's gone, never mind.
You roll your it's just gonna be it's a performance acting,
Right,
but you don't have acting.
Okay.
So you're just gonna add your charisma, I guess.
Yeah, it's charisma, and then also the +2 from Carisha.
So
okay.
Whatever you roll, add 5. Okay.
I failed, didn't I?
Actually, you passed 2 of them.
Oh.
Dirk failed 2 of them and did really well in that last act. Failing here is not going to matter. This is going to affect something later. Okay, so
It's not going particularly well.
+2, -1, +2.
You know, actually, it just occurred to me if I'm giving help on perform act, couldn't Dirk just as easily aid another on perform swordplay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he can totally give
Okay.
you guys tips on
I
how
can
to
do that.
What's your rank total with that?
I
Yeah.
have 3 ranks, and it's like a +7 or something. Let me look it up.
If it's a class skill, it's already 6 total, and then you add your dex, I think.
Yeah, it's 7.
Okay.
I was about
Oh,
to say
for
the added is
perform?
charisma.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
charisma, so it's 7 because I have 1 charisma.
Okay. Okay. I think taking 10 then passes because you just need to get above a 10.
Yeah.
So you could take 10 and aid them, so they get +2 to their combat rolls here.
Sounds good.
So everyone just do a regular attack roll and add your base attack.
Okay. Well, you said also add dexterity, right?
Yeah, you can still add dexterity.
Okay. Eh.
We don't get advised in swordplay, right?
We do. So you are getting.
Alright.
Yeah, Dirk is advising you.
We get 2 from that.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days we'll get the hang of this, I swear.
Okay, Carisho did not succeed.
He's not very good at fake swordplay.
Ursa did. What did Dirk get?
Oh, for my combat? I thought he said I didn't need to combat practice.
No, that was for aiding. I still actually need you to do a roll for your character.
No, I meant never mind.
What? Oh,
He's talking
maybe I
based on the whatchamacall on the
No,
based on the.
I still want actual rolls here because it's kind of it's not a major thing, but I want to see whether you pass or fail. Okay.
The funny thing is you guys know that Carisha is actually much more competent in combat than this.
Yeah. Well, they don't believe you.
I was about to say, yeah, the theater people probably don't believe me. I'm hoping that Dirk and Ursa do.
It's okay, Ursa
You helped us kill the giant crab. In my eyes, your combat skill is beyond reproach.
Of course,
Fighting and faking fighting are 2 completely different things.
Plus, also, you both know that Carisha is a much better shot than he is a swordsman.
Yes.
So the director at the end of the day is telling you guys, well, at the end of the rehearsals anyway, it's like probably midday by now.
Mm-hmm.
That they've discussed payment and they think, this is their offer, assuming that nothing happens during the night, and you guys just need to do the play as normal, they will give you 500 each, and you get a percentage of the overall sales.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not like a huge percent, like 2 or 3% of it. But this is a noble theater, so odds are 2 or 3% is going to be a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3% each, right?
No, that's like 3% total of what.
Of course, if an assassination attempt occurs and the actors have to jump off the stage, they may be demanding their money back.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. Is that this is a standard. This is basically we're essentially doing a standard bodyguard, one-night bodyguard contract in addition to an acting contract. Which means the bodyguarding contract includes a fee for services even if on no danger taken.
Right. So that they'll also give you another 500 for that, and that's each.
Okay, so it'd be basically 1,000 each plus 3 points to split amongst us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and that's if no attempt is made. If an attempt is made,
they don't have an exact figure, but assuming that you manage to succeed, there will be a bonus in stopping them.
Provided we don't die, we are seriously in the money here.
well,
The key words being provided we don't die.
always the way.
What kind of a life of chores and Horatio?
So he's basically asking you, what do you think? Is that a deal?
Well, give us a moment. We need to discuss amongst ourselves.
What would be the role for
Okay,
trying to convince him to make it higher?
Oh, that's diplomacy check.
Oh, okay. That would probably be you too.
Spoken as a man who's made many a diplomacy check to pull that kind of shit off in games.
You're essentially the only reason we have fear amongst half the town because the risk is
Okay, well, first I just want to first Carisha wants to touch base with you guys. Okay, now I do agree. Now the base price, if absolutely no action is needed, actually is reasonable. Although I would like more than 3 points on 3 points on that. I'd ideally like to get at least 4. That'd be 4%, 4% of the gate. Because again we're putting our lives on the line in addition to being active. Now I do want to have something solid in place in regards to being able to if we do need to take action. There's something he's not telling us about who's bankrolling this play. If it is the noble in question, then then he needs to be able to speak up. If it's not the noble in question, I've got some more questions, which Dirk, you actually might be the expert in being able to find that out. So my suggestion is that we try to get at least one more point out of him from the till. Then beyond that, we actually narrow down what we have to do if we do have to take action in the middle of the play.
Yeah. For example, which noble is it that's being attacked?
Yeah, that's a very good point. That is definitely something we need to know. Okay, so does that sound good to you guys? That we try to nail down our we try to get 1 more percent of the of the box office, and we try to nail down our compensation if we need action.
Yeah, that sounds
We
good.
can work with it.
Okay. All right, we'll go back to him and go. Now, considering that you're taking that we're taking on bodyguarding in addition to the acting, we think that we think that a higher percent of the box office beyond 3% is needed. If this was merely a question of us just acting, I would accept 3%. However, it is not. Now, beyond that, there is also the question that there's a few questions in case we need to take action. First and foremost, of course, who are we defending? That's important.
All right. I'm gonna need a diplomacy roll.
Okay. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
What the hell, man?
I don't know. You notice it's like I run hot. You notice I run hot and cold with this shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Whenever we're not in dungeons, when we're just doing like town shit, you're insane with your rolls.
Yeah, in dungeons, I'm like, hey, look, Rick rolled another 3.
Oh, you mean I got scorching rain in the face? All right. He nods, and he says, "We are working with the Gishels.
Okay.
Dirk can do a knowledge nobility on them."
Okay, hang on. Sorry, I got distracted by something.
Okay.
Who's doing ghosts?
It's me. 9. Oh boy. You don't. Well, no. Okay, you do recognize the name in that it's one of the 7 head houses of Gelderblame. Beyond that, you've taken no interest in it, so you don't know.
Okay.
You just know it's one of the big 7, which your house is a part of that too.
Yeah. Except
Along
I'm not
with
telling them
Melodia.
that.
Yeah, your house, Melodia, and Gishel, all 3 of them are big name houses. Director says that they believe that Lord Gishel is being targeted.
Okay. Are they the ones bankrolling this play?
I suppose so. Honestly, you'd have to talk to the producer, but I believe nobles are involved in the running and payment of it, like most facilities in the noble district.
Right. Now, perhaps you're probably not the person to talk. Maybe we need to speak directly to the producer. But in order to be able to tell exactly how much, we need an exact number for how much we would be getting should we be calling defense before we can make a final decision. I believe you understand why, I assume.
Yes. Honestly, I can't give you an exact number. This was the numbers they gave me to tell you. I would need to go back and discuss with them possible changes. Which I can do that for you if you're really uncomfortable with the amount of payment they're offering.
Again,
I think you 3 are worth fighting for.
Okay. Again, I do. Beyond the only complaint I have about the base contract, if we need to take no action, is the percentage. But we need precise numbers if we're going to be potentially risking our life.
I understand. I'll make sure to talk to them about it. Is there a particular figure you're looking to earn?
I'll look at the other 2. Based on who we're dealing with and the difficulty, given that we'll be on stage while the assassin is skulking in the dark, you'll be expecting us to perform while doing this. 3,000 each.
The director is pretty wide-eyed at that. You're asking for quite a lot.
I realize how much I'm asking for. However, keep in mind what they're asking for is to guard one of the top houses of Gelderblame. They are asking for performers to do this in extremely poor conditions for the performers.
To be fair, you guys aren't the only people guarding this noble. We are just covering our bases.
All right. If that's the case, then can you tell me how many? That is reasonable and a fair point to make. How many others are providing security?
Well, we got at least 8 or 9 ushers. There's the normal guards for House Gishel, much like House Melodia has. I honestly couldn't give an exact figure on them because they don't work with us. Then we probably have about 2 or 3 backstage. And maybe 2 or 3 in the audience.
Okay. All right. Given that, 1,000.
I might be able to work something out. But I can't promise anything.
I understand.
Okay. Is that all? Or is there any other questions you have?
You can't think of one.
I can try and help you with, if you want to, like, if there's anything you want to know about.
We asked you for that.
I think That's about all I can think of.
Alrighty.
I'm completely idealist.
Yeah, so am I. Thank you for all of your help.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Just put on a good show. That's all I care about. Oh, and I guess the noble not dying. That'd be pretty good. But the show, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
On with the
Okay.
show.
Show must go on.
Yep. Okay.
Alright. You guys can stick around if you want to talk to anyone. Or...
Yeah, it might be good. I'll make small talk amongst the customer, I'll be doing small talk with the costumers, the makeup artists,
Sure.
the set designers. So, ostensibly to oh, this is what we'll be doing.
Yeah.
Sure, all this, but I'm also going to be seeing if I can pick up some gossip to see if there's any clues as to anyone on the staff who might potentially be questionable.
In short, we're going to go bond with our fellow cast members on it.
Great. 90% of them are all whiny and think they deserve better. You guys can do diplomacy rolls.
That's plus your charisma, right?
Yep, and any ranks. Well, let me see here.
They're just like, why are you trying to kill a noble?
Dirk knows exactly why someone would try and kill a noble.
Well, guess what? It's not a natural 20 this time.
Jesus. Okay, so...
It's my thing!
Dirk just kind of makes small talk with them and doesn't really make any leadway. Some of them are kind of put off by him and his improbable combat skills.
I can pretend to stab you at 100 paces.
Yeah.
Why do we take him in here?
What,
I can see why I risk it.
Is there anything important you want to ask Ursa or Carisho?
I'm wondering if there's anyone like a recent add-on or anything, or if there's anyone who's been particularly disgruntled or
Okay.
keeping to themselves or anything like that.
Most of the people you're talking to, well, most of them agree that you guys are kind of the latest additions.
Yeah. That's not surprising.
There are a few more additions that were added today, but those were to fill the lesser roles, and no one's really any caused any trouble. And yeah, they're not really. No one's really willing, or either they're not sure, or they're just not willing to kind of point out anyone in particular as suspect.
Do I think? Well, here's the thing: is it that they're that they don't have one in mind, or they're just not willing? Because there's a huge.
Okay. You can do a sense motive.
This is probably going to be my screw up for the night. Wow! It's like I'm psychic.
You jinxed it, didn't you?
Oh god.
Okay.
No.
You get you're just getting the impression that they don't really have a name to think of.
Okay.
And
it'd be funny if that's the exact same thing he would have said at natural 20, but
there's no way to know.
Yep, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I mean, they're being friendly with you. It's not like they're just like, oh, why are you asking me that? Like, no one's off put by your questions. They're just like, yeah, nothing really going on. They are quick to praise your performance today, though.
That's just old familiarity with a piece. If you guys had heard it as much as I heard it, you'd be just as good.
Oh, he's so modest too. I hear he's single.
Ladies, gentlemen.
That's so Faye.
No, it's...
Is that all you want to ask? Ursa, you can ask something too.
Yeah, how about
rolled
Ursa? Do
pretty
you have
high.
any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to ask about if anybody knows anything about the guy who's actually funding this play. I mean, who started?
Well,
What's he like?
it's not necessarily just one person funding it. To be fair.
Well, and the number of people. I mean, to be honest, what she's trying to do is figure out who it could be, and ergo why anybody would want to kill them, which might be able to narrow down possible
Okay.
people.
Some of them have theories. There's always the idea that someone might want to create some sort of political disruption. Killing a leader of a noble house would certainly mess with Gildablame's economy and politics. Others think that maybe it's someone who holds a grudge. As for the person backing it, obviously it's not one person, but House Gishel is behind the project, probably the biggest name attached to it. And they were already a part of it before any of these rumors started about a possible assassination attempt. They don't really think they think it's more like someone's going to use the play as an opportunity, not that like they're setting the noble house to come to the play and get killed. It's likely they heard. Yeah, it's likely they heard that House Gishel was going to be attending this, and they're going to take a chance. Although one or two are a little suspect as to if someone was going to be planning such a elaborate attempt at someone's life, how that information would ever be leaked so easily. So they're kind of skeptical that anything's going to actually happen.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's all I got.
One of them does say that Lord Gishel. First of all, House Gishel is a dwarven family, not a human.
Keep thinking of Gishel Greens.
I've been thinking that the whole time.
It's a dwarven family, and the dwarven families that make up Gildablame's nobles, they have the majority. There's 4 dwarven houses and 3 human houses, and House Gishel is one of the richest due to owning one of the biggest mines in Gelderblame.
Of course, mines.
Oh! I just thought of something. I'm going to talk with the guys who help handle the lighting. I'm going to see if I can work out something with them that, like, if Carisha gives them a signal, they'll immediately put the spotlight on to potentially blind someone if we do see someone make an attempt.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Idea.
I'm trying to think of. I don't really think there really needs to be a role for this. When the time comes, you discuss a signal for them. You're gonna do some sort of hand gesture.
A hand gesture in a particular line like "Hark! A villain approaches from the darkness."
Yeah.
Something that sounds like it's in the play, but actually isn't.
Right.
So all the elves in the audience just sort of prick up their ears thinking, wait, what? And nobody else gets it.
They offer that if you say something like that, they'll turn the lights on in the theater proper, basically. So that it'll illuminate everything so that they can keep an eye on it.
What you do is you first spotlight them to catch them off guard and maybe even dazzle them, and then you put up the lights so that everyone can see. It disorients them, and then we can act.
They seem okay with that. Man, these Etrian lights are something nice, aren't they? I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
It's basically.
They put the light spell in the glass.
I was about to say it's not Krisha's specialty, and honestly, it's boring even if it is. It's not.
But they can change the color. It's so neat. Look, it can be red. Oh, now it's blue.
I can do that when I'm asleep.
Ursa,
That may
stop
be a
showing off.
That may be a slight exaggeration, but I could probably do it relatively easily while quasi-conscious.
Yeah, Carisha will lightly nod at that, you know.
There was definitely nothing to prove that the earlier night.
Would you like me to prove it now?
They want proof. They don't believe you.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
Well, if it's just prestidigitation or dancing lights, you just do it.
Okay. Does anybody have a bottle of water?
Sure, I do.
Takes the bottle of water, turns it upside down, turns the water bright rainbow coloured, and spills it on the floor. Rainbow coloured water is just thrown all over the floor.
The two.
She really wants to show up. She'll turn it to sand afterwards, but I don't know if I have. I was going to turn it to sand originally, but then I thought maybe I couldn't actually do that.
Prestidigitation could do that.
Could it? All right. Well, after that, she just shows off a little bit more and turns it to sand. So it's there. You go. It's easier to sweep up now.
They're very impressed.
Smug Ursa is smug.
And then you bow. They're clapping. And the three of you start to walk away, and then one of them's like, "Oh wait, now we have to clean it up."
Shame we don't have prestidigitation.
Oh man, she spilled my water. So anyway, that's the end of the second day. We'll do one more day, and then we're just gonna call it a night at the session.
Yeah, I was about to say, because my other session is almost ready to start.
We're just gonna do the rolls basically. So just give me another 3 performance and one more.
Okay.
Combat.
I'm going to presume again everyone can get the aid and other from.
Everyone's getting +2 to the rolls,
except for me because no one's aiding me. Wow.
Right, and no one's aiding Dirk in his weapon finesse. Nothing.
Right. Okay, so number 1. Number 2. Wow, I am okay. I found all my low rolls.
I'm glad I get actual points on this.
Okay. Wow, yeah, I think. Okay, Ursa failed the first one. Everyone else. Oh, and Jack failed the second one. Rick, you actually passed all 3.
Okay, so we figured out the DC. Okay, and then on combat. Oh, hey, there we go.
16 on combat, that is a pass. 21, pass. That's good, because that's like the first one you passed.
Yeah, no, it's the second one I passed. Remember, I got a 20 on the on the audition.
And this is pretty much the last roll of the night, Scarab. We just need you to roll an attack roll, and add your base attack.
And then +2 from getting help from Jack.
18. It's just 2 from Jack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Great. That's a pass. Okay. The 3 of you are starting to feel pretty confident with some of your material. That's me in character saying that out of character you're going to be getting bonuses as you guys continue to perform basically in this play, because you're just getting familiar with the material. Every time you guys were passing a check, you're getting like you're going to get a bonus to the rolls when you do the final performance basically.
Nice.
And that ends our session for today.
All right.
And not a single person was injured.
Makes a nice change.
No health points were harmed
Here's
in the
a good
making of
idea.
this film.
Prestidigitation and permanence. You could make permanently rainbow-colored beverages.
Wow, it tastes like water. But
I actually have a character in a different game who actually has the Everclean shirt. It's a shirt with with prestidigitation cast on it, and at will he can clean himself.
Nice.
He can just at will just go poof, and he is perfectly clean.
Handy.
That's funny.
He is the vainest mofo I've ever played in a game.
No kidding.